Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary-General of the UN, has visited the Semipalatinsk Nuclear Test Site in Kazakhstan. The visit was part of a tour of the whole region. Euronews caught up with him near Ground Zero.
Thank you for having agreed to the interview.
You don't need translation?
No. Mr. Secretary-General, welcome to Euronews. You are visiting the site of 456 nuclear explosions. How do you feel about that?
A sobering experience for me to stand on the ground zero where so many nuclear tests were conducted. I was told 456 nuclear tests were conducted here with a terrible effect on human lives and environmental consequences. We should not repeat this kind of legacy. This is an awful legacy, and in that regard, I highly commend the extraordinary leadership of President Nazarbayev of Kazakhstan, who courageously closed this nuclear test site and initiated a nuclear weapon-free zone in Central Asia. That's a big milestone.
Speaking about the milestones, your visit coincides with the signing of New START treaty. United States and Russia are cutting down their nuclear arsenals somewhat, but still, however, they keep enough warheads to kill all life on planet. So, really, how much safer are we now?
International community is committed to realize a world free of nuclear weapons and non-proliferation. This is what we must achieve. Without any further delay, I'm going to urge nuclear weapon states leaders in Washington, D.C. next week when I'm attending nuclear disarmament summit meeting that they should take a political and moral responsibility. We do not need any more nuclear weapons. In that regard, I highly commend President Medvedev of Russian Federation and President Barack Obama of the United States to sign this successor treaty to start. This is a fresh start. I hope other nuclear weapon state leaders will follow the suit.
And do you think this New START treaty will be reflected somehow on non-proliferation efforts, especially speaking about Iranian issue?
I'm convinced that this encouraging development of situation in the arena of nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation will certainly have a positive impact on our ongoing and continuing efforts to realize the world without nuclear weapons, including Iranian nuclear development programs.
Speaking about your visit around this Central Asian region, you are coming here after visiting 4 other republics of that region, notorious for bad respect for human rights and democracy standards. So far, their leaders have mostly ignored all the criticism. Do you think they will ignore yours?
As the Secretary General of the United Nations, I have a broad responsibility and mandate to protect and promote human rights. Human rights is a universally accepted value. I have urged in an unambiguous terms to all the leaders of Central Asia to protect the human rights, to protect the vulnerable group of people, and to implement all the conventions and international agreements to which they have signed. This is a moral obligation and imperative that leaders should realize that this human rights is a universally accepted principle and value of human being.
And what was their reaction to your urge?
I'm convinced that they have heard clear and loud my message from the Secretary General of the United Nations to promote and implement all the obligations under international human rights laws and treaties.
Thank you for your interview, Mr. Secretary General.
Thank you very much. Thank you.